is Photoshop Pictures, Work Folder Boyer, Christmas Pictures and Annie's. There are these three birds there. You can hold down your control key to select them and then say open, and you will see that it will open up the three images. Yes, I'm sorry, it's in the Christmas Pictures and Annie's. Let's go to Big Bird, and we see that Big Bird's a PNG file by this heading up here, but on the background layer it's not background, it's index. So let's go to Image, Mode, RGB Color. And if you would please do that for each of our bird pictures. The little blue bird, she's the same way, Image, Mode, RGB Color. And the final last one needs to be done the same exact way, Image, Mode, RGB Color. Okay, next step that we're going to do, let's do a File New. Now normally I want everything set by pixels, but let's go ahead and change it to inches. And let's make it a 2-inch by 2-inch canvas. And the next step is pretty simple. Make sure your Move tool's on. Always make sure you have Show Transform Controls selected. Click on those images. Let's go with our little ones first, and then just drag and drop. Click on the top blue, drag and drop. You don't even have to hold down your Shift or your Control. Okay? Make sure you're dragging and dropping on the little 2-inch canvas that you just created. The little 2-inch canvas that you just created. And I also like for you to drag and drop your large bird over as well. 2 by 2 canvas, let's maximize it so we see the entire gray and the small canvas. Make sure that you're on your Big Bird layer, which in my case is layer 3. Not sure what it is in your case. Again, make sure you have your Move tool selected and your Show Transform Controls checkmarked. Hold down your Shift key, grab one of the corners, and let's proportionally size Big Bird so that he's going to fit into the canvas that we have. Once you have him sized and placed, hit Enter on your keyboard to accept your transform. On our Layers palette, Big Bird is the only one with a white background. Close the eyeball of your background layer. Okay? When you close the eyeball of your background layer, you can see the other two layers here have the transparent grid. Let's make sure we're on Big Bird's layer. Grab your Magic Wand tool, select the whites of Big Bird. You hold down your Shift as you go around him, and then click Delete on your keyboard. And then Control D so that your dancing ants have disappeared. As we're going to get ready to start this animation process, we only want the 3 bird layers showing. All of the other layers we want to have closed, which that is only our background layer. So please make sure your eyeball to your background is closed. The other 3 layers are open. I want to open my window to my animation. I want to open my animation window. What tool do I go under, Kyle Miller? Very good. Window Animation. Now, when I'm looking at window animation, how many frames do I want in my animation screen? 3. So now that I have 1, I'm going to show you the shortcut again. I know, right now, I know that I want all 3 of those birds to flash up there for 0.2 seconds at a time. So let's go ahead and change our first one to 0.2 seconds. And then come over and hit your duplicate button. That's your piece of paper with your little flap on it. Give me 2 more of those. That's your first step in doing animation with Windows Animation. So what we're going to do now is let's click on frame 1. On frame 1, I only want layer 1. So hide all the other eyeballs. Okay? Then I'm going to click on frame 2. I only want layer 2, So hide all the other eyeballs. And then finally on frame 3, I only want layer 3, hide the other eyeballs. You can hit play, and as you see, our custom animation is flying on our screen. Now, in order to save this as an animated GIF, you must do a File, Save As, and if you would please, at this point in time, let's name this Bird Annie. Keep it as a PSD, throw it in your animation folder, because we always want to save our PSD files first. As a custom animation for the web, what we're going to do then is do a File, Save for Web and Devices. It's already going to default to the GIF. You don't need to make any changes at this point. It already knows the transparent background. If you would click Save, again, when we save for web, we always name it Bird Annie, so that way when I see this GIF image, and you don't need to put .gif at the end, save it just as Bird Annie, put it in your folder, in your animation folder, and click Save.